menacingly in their might towards Saddam Hussein's last hideouts in Iraq's second city. This was the first prong of the assault that today came from every angle. Britain wasn't taking any chances. Separately from the west, a regiment of paratroopers were waiting for what was billed as a daring raid on foot into the most dangerous part of the city, the Old City. They moved in, ready to do battle with Saddam's loyalists, the Fedayeen, ready for house-to-house raids and the dreaded urban fighting. But within hours, Britain's toughest fighters found themselves in the heart of the city without an enemy in sight. Amongst children, none too threatening either. Here, Saddam's men appeared to have melted away. On the other side of the city, the Royal Marines stormed one of Basra's key symbols. This was how they opened the door of one of the presidential palaces. This building was the former headquarters of the Fedayeen militia, but again, there was nobody home. The opulence was glaring, the woodwork ornate. This was one of the first fascinating glimpses inside Saddam Hussein's regime and inside his marble bathrooms. Even in this town, an opposition stronghold, he spared no detail of luxury. And this is only one of dozens of his homes. Outside, the people live in poverty. Basra is a barren, war-torn hellhole. Some waved at the troops today, but the welcome was muted. British commanders had hoped for celebrations on the streets. Still, at least they'd won the day.
Faced with all this military might, the backbone of Iraq's defenses have crumbled. And today, British forces have taken control of most of Basra. But it's far from over yet, because 1.5 million civilians for all this time have been trapped inside the city, caught amidst the fighting. And their emotions are running high.
These are probably the bodies of Iraqi fighters. 300 Iraqis were killed and 3 British. But many people told us of civilian casualties in the city too. There are no figures. Basra's been closed off for days. The battle for the city has not been documented. We met this woman, Sabiha Saif, today. She was consumed with grief. Her son had died at the start of the fight here. She was searching for his body. She's been looking for 12 days. I'm your mother, she shouted. Answer me. He was her only son. He was 25 years old. Nearby, a crowd was agitated. The British military has set up a base in a compound where these people used to live. Their houses were utterly destroyed in the fighting. They wanted to get their belongings and their furniture back. So much for liberation.
We haven't anything. She was civilian, unarmed.
And they won't let you in?
No.
They were worried, too, that the British soldiers would not be able to control the town. All day here, people grabbed what they could. They looted. And British troops say they're not equipped to police Basra for now. Later, we found Sabiha again. She had at last found her son's body. This war has taken a terrible price on each individual. Basra has fallen, but there will be resistance here and trouble ahead.